Hello, my name is James Watson, and I'm here with Julia McMahon of the Be Peace campaign. How you doing, Julia?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm pretty good. So I'm gonna just hop right into questions. What is Be Peace?
Be Peace is actually the Be Peace for George campaign. It's the anti-violence campaign of the Episcopal Diocese of Massachusetts.
Can you tell me what Be Peace actually stands for?
Sure. Be Peace actually stands for a really long phrase. Our anti-violence campaign works to organize congregations from across the state to take action in areas around addressing the root causes of youth violence. So we are able to break down all of the areas of our campaign through the acronym Be Peace. So the B actually stands for Bishop Solutions Toward Peace, because Bishop Tom Shaw is one of our biggest supporters, the one really moving this forward. P is for Programs for Youth. E is for Employment for Teens. A is Academic Excellence in Public Schools. C is Communities for Families and Youth. And finally, E is an end to gun violence through meaningful gun reform.
So what is the story behind it? How did you actually get started doing this? How did Be Peace become Be Peace?
Yeah, so you'll see it's not just the Be Peace campaign, but we're actually the Be Peace for George campaign. And George was a young man named George Fuentes, who on September 10th, 2012, was tragically shot and killed outside of his home. George was a young man that I worked with through the Episcopal Church and that many people worked with. And he was somebody who really inspired folks and who touched a lot of hearts. And so at his funeral, we had over 1,000 people who came, not just from the community and from school, but who really knew him through the Episcopal Church and all of the programs. And in that's why Bishop Shaw really felt the importance to start something to go beyond just mourning him to taking action in his name.
How did Georgie's presence influence you to do the work that you do today?
Yeah, there was something really special about George. I met him originally, I guess he was probably about 13 or 14 years old when he was in 8th grade, and he was just one of those people that had a friend no matter where he went, had a big smile, could joke around, just one of those personalities, but also would really get involved in anything. So if we had something happening when he was a teen working in our programs, he would be the go-to person to come and speak to a funder or go paint a peace dove. He went on mission trips. He mentored younger kids. I mean, he was just really somebody special. And I think that's what we saw after he was killed. So suddenly, you know, all of these people you wouldn't even expect to see, people who didn't even realize that they had that same connection to him came together. And so that spirit of bringing people together and being a leader is what we try to carry on in the campaign in his name.
What do you think peace work does for communities?
Peace work does for communities. Honestly, I mean, I think we talk a lot about young people and communities doing the wrong things, and what we really need to do is, first of all, redefine what a community is. So if you go to an Episcopal church in Wellesley and you go to an Episcopal church in Roxbury, then you have that connection whether you realize it or not. And second of all, to be able to shift that to something positive. So rather than focusing on all the violence that's happening, all the things that are going wrong, to be able to say, what do we have the power to do, even if we don't have a lot of money, even if we don't have a lot of time, if we have each other and we have these connections, how can we come together? And I think that that's really powerful.
What events have you guys done so far?
Yeah, so we've certainly held a lot of events. We have a lot of community partners. We actually had a big fall resource day that was here at Roxbury Community College in September. We brought together about 400 Episcopalians from across the state who came to learn. We've also were a part of the Mother's Day March for Peace that's hosted every year by the Louis D. Brown Peace Institute. So we had about 650 Episcopalians who came, marched in George's name, and then did a church service in the park. And we've also coordinated with a lot of other organizations as well.
We have to go to commercial break. So my name is James Watson, and I'm here with Julia McMahon, lead coordinator of the Be Peace campaign, and we'll be right back after these commercials.
Roxbury Community College is a dynamic, affordable, and diverse academic institution that will prepare you for the educational and workforce challenges of the 21st century. Roxbury Community College offers a positive, caring learning environment in which you can broaden your horizons, earn an associate degree, a certificate, or take classes of your choosing to advance lifelong learning. Roxbury Community College offers many great programs and employment opportunities, and courses are transferable. So what are you waiting for? Call the admissions office or visit our website and register today.
Hello there, we're back with B Peace. I'm James Watson here with Julia McMahon, the lead coordinator of the B Peace campaign. And I'm gonna have to ask, because I'm really kind of curious, what are your goals for the campaign within the next year?
Right, so it's sort of twofold. First of all, we certainly have specific goals within each of our areas that we're focused on. For instance, around youth jobs, we're looking to create 100 new jobs for teenagers this summer in Boston by working with Episcopal business leaders. Same thing around gun reform. We're looking to organize at least 10 congregations to change some of the laws here in the state of Massachusetts so that it's harder to get guns out on the streets. But beyond that, we're really just looking to spread and get more churches and also more local community youth involved. We spent our first year really focusing on building a lot of strength in the church, but we know one of the things that makes the church really strong is that we also serve the communities around us, whether they identify as Episcopalian or not. So we've added a youth organizer to our staff this year, and we're trying to get more and more young people to come out to events and learn and think about how their voice is really one of the most powerful pieces of making peace in our communities.
So besides the youth actually coming out to the events, what can the community do to help you with the work that you're doing?
Right, well ideally it's not just one of these things where young people come for the day, have some pizza and do some games and then go home and wait for the next event. The idea is that they'll come out and learn about how they can get involved and then bring projects back into their schools or their churches or their community groups. So I think what folks can do is really support the young people in the activities they're doing. We're really inspired by intergenerational organizing, so adults working with teens and young adults to do some of this. But also, you don't have to be an Episcopalian to do any of the other things. We are working with the Massachusetts Coalition to Prevent Gun Violence to get people to lobby their state senators and representatives for gun reform. Plenty of other things that people can do, and certainly we can get more information on our website for people as well.
Are there any events that are coming up that you'd like to invite people to?
Well, tomorrow is the anniversary of the killings in Newtown, and so we have been co-hosting several events across the state. There will be an event downtown starting at the Boston Commons at 1:30 tomorrow, again with the Massachusetts Coalition to Prevent Gun Violence and Moms Demand Action. So we think that's an important day for people to come and bear witness. Other than that, most of our dates are in flux. We're planning a big lobby day for the State House in January, but there's no solid date yet. So I just ask people to just stay posted and sign up for our newsletter and find out more about what's going to be going on.
So speaking of people who are getting posted, where would you go to get in contact with you?
Yeah, our website is www.diomass.org for the Diocese of Massachusetts, that's DIOMASS /B-Peace. And then we're on Facebook and Twitter.
Well, my name is James Watson, and I'm here with Julia McMahon of the Be Peace campaign. And that's all we have time for today, so hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
No problem.